It is Thursday, January 21. Welcome to CGN News. Prime Minister of St Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, has rejected curfews and lockdown measures in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. He, however, announced two public holidays, Friday and Monday, saying that the strain of the pandemic and the eruption of La Soufriere volcano is affecting citizens. In an address on Monday, Gonsalves said the country needed to be engaged fully for the long haul ahead. Since December 28, the number of COVID-19 cases in the Twin Island has increased fivefold, reaching 655 on Thursday. On Friday, the World Health Organization said the country was having community transmission of the virus, but the government has objected to this classification. Former Premier of Bermuda, Dr. Ewart Brown, was on Wednesday charged with 13 counts of corruption. Director of Public Prosecutions Cindy Clark said the charges include 5 related to agreements with the Leahy Clinic in Massachusetts, through which he allegedly received $4 million in monthly payments between 2001 and 2010. The remaining 8 charges relate to allegations of corruptly obtaining $350,500 in donations to benefit the Progressive Labour Party and the Bermuda Health Foundation between 2004 and 2010. The earlier offences took place while Brown was Minister of Tourism and Transport, and the latter while he was Premier. Brown, 75, was not required to enter a plea because the charges must be heard by the Supreme Court. Prime Minister of Barbados, Mayor Mottley, and CEO of Tough Gong International, Cedella Marley, are among 7 recipients of the annual The Legacy Continues Gala Awards of the American Foundation for the University of the West Indies. The virtual event, scheduled for February 21, 2021, is the Foundation's premier annual fundraiser, which provides scholarships for students of the 5 campuses of the University of the West Indies. Mottley will receive the Legacy Award and Marley the Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Global Leadership. The other awardees are Arlene Isaacs-Lowe, Dr. Jermaine Omar McAlpin, David Mullings, Amanda Seals, and David Levy. The Trump administration's stepped-up sanctions against Cuba cost the island some $20 billion, a foreign ministry official said Wednesday. Johanna Tabalada, a senior ministry official, told AFP that the damage to the bilateral relationship has been considerable and the economic harm to Cuba immense. Trump, whose term ended Wednesday, used his time in power to tighten the screws on Cuba. This month, the Trump administration returned the island to a list of state sponsors of terrorism, undoing then-President Barack Obama's 2015 move to remove it. Tabalada said 240 measures were taken against Cuba under the 45th U.S. president. The Jamaican government has extended congratulations to U.S. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris on their inauguration on Wednesday. In extending congratulations, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Kamina Johnson-Smith said Jamaica looks forward to deepening strong and active partnership under the Biden-Harris administration. Biden became the 46th President of the United States, swearing the oath of office just before noon Wednesday. Harris, who is of Jamaican and Indian descent, became the first woman to be Vice President. Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, has written to new United States President Joseph Biden welcoming his administration's decision to commit to the 2015 Paris Agreement on climate change. Brown, the chair of the Alliance of Small Island States, AOSIS, thanked President Biden for his, quote, foresight and concern, and said the 44-member alliance looked forward to his leadership. He said that AOSIS comprised of low-lying coastal developing states that are most gravely threatened by climate change. Brown expressed delight at the administration's decision to integrate climate change in the U.S. foreign policy and national security strategies. Hundreds of people marched through Haiti's capital Wednesday in another protest demanding the resignation of President Jovenel Moïse. The crowd clashed with police and several people were wounded by rubber bullets. Opposition leaders organizing the protests are pushing for Moise to step down in early February as Haiti's economic and social woes deepen. Moise had said his term ends in February 2022. A handful of opposition leaders reached the U.S. Embassy and called on new President Joe Biden to improve conditions in Haiti and demand that elections be held earlier than those scheduled for late 2021. Overseas now, world leaders say they are looking forward to working with Joe Biden as the Democrat was sworn in as U.S. President after 4 turbulent years under Donald Trump. Charles Michel, President of the European Council, tweeted congratulations to both Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, adding, quote, "It's time to bring back conviction and common sense and rejuvenate our EU-US relationship," end quote. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said, quote, "Europe is ready for a fresh start," end quote. Iran's President Hassan Rouhani hailed the departure of, quote, "tyrant Trump," while Israel urged Biden to strengthen a long-standing alliance between the two countries. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said Russia would seek good relations with the United States. U.S. President Joe Biden began to undo some of Donald Trump's key policies hours after being sworn in. In his initial acts as the 46th U.S. president, he signed 15 executive orders, the first to boost the federal response to the coronavirus crisis. Other orders reversed the Trump administration's stance on climate change and immigration. President Biden set to work at the Oval Office, having been sworn in on Wednesday at the U.S. Capitol. The inauguration was unlike any other due to coronavirus restrictions, with few present to witness the oaths and ceremonies. And finally, Amanda Gorman, the youngest poet ever to perform at a presidential inauguration, captured the world for 5 minutes on Wednesday, calling for, quote, "unity and togetherness" in her self-penned poem. The 22-year-old delivered her work, "The Hill We Climb." BBC Arts Director Will Gompertz said Gorman did her job, which was to find the right words at the right time, and noted that the words will resonate with people the world over today, tomorrow, and far into the future. Gorman, in an interview with CBS, said she battled a speech impediment all the way into college. She graduated from Harvard University in 2020. She has performed 5 commissioned poems on CBS This Morning, has a children's book scheduled to be released in September titled Change Sings. Gorman says she has a long-term plan of running for president in 2036. That's it for CGN News. I'm Scott Wilson. Thanks for watching.